Solutions to Africa's problems lie in gatherings like this one.
Yeah.
In as much as you are saying, my brother, that you are preaching to the converted, we are talking amongst each other. We have to take a conscious decision as to what it is that needs to be done. The marginalization of the revolutionary left is no coincidence. It was deliberate. When Abosobukwe formed the PAC, they declared war on imperialism. Imperialism and racism are inseparable. And Pan-Africanism and socialism come as an antithesis. Up until we grasp that, the reason why, so this marginalization, like the professor is saying, listen, Pan-Africanism has not failed. You know, Malcolm X teaches us one thing, that he says when people are sad, they do nothing. They go home, they lick their wounds, they wake up in the morning. It happened in Marikana, and then they woke up the following morning, everything, we turn the other cheek, up until the next massacre comes. He says, but once the people become angry, then they bring about change. And as a soldier, when the admiral has issued an order, mine is to simply obey it. If any of you has not heard that, but now we have a duty. We cannot just take, you know, we have one of our former leaders was a member of the High Command, Utemba Nqaphai. We called him Utemba Nqaphai in exile, but his name was Umpinzi Mpinzi. He would say, moAfrika, no ispamu asibetha no matter how good you can be at using the gun. Meaning that if you are not politically sober, we'll never deploy you inside the country. Because do you know what you're going to do? You're going to take that same gun, you're going to a shipin, and you start intimidating the same people. Remember now, as freedom fighters, our role was not to liberate the masses. Usobukwe says this, he says the people are their own liberators. Our role was to go out there, acquire the skill, come back. That's why, as APLA, one of the acronyms is arm the people, liberate us. And the people, the masses are their own liberators. We did not go out to fight for it. But now, something interesting, just as I wrap up, rather. There's an old man, he stays somewhere in moAfrika. He was the best friend of Tate Xosana. I was fortunate enough at Tate Xosana's 80th birthday to interview him. His name is L.R. Mulumo. Tate Mulumo left the country in 1959. He was based in Botswana. When Abu Tambo left in 61, they met him in but now he went as a teacher. But now when Tate Xosana skipped his bail in 1960, they met in Botswana, they left together for Nigeria. But now he's got a thesis that is called 100 Years of Wars of Resistance. Whereby he's arguing that as a people, before we're even defeated in the battlefield, he says we're defeated spiritually. He says we're defeated before we even, African people had this spirituality whereby whether it was through drums as we go there to war, fighting there, the spirit that the Admiral talks about, that was the spirit that he's talking about. He says before we're even defeated, this is one thing that they defeated in us. I interact a lot with the 76 generation. One of them is getting late tomorrow. Those that trained in Libya, one of the first things that they had to do as they went for military training in Libya, they had to embrace Islam. So now, as if there's something wrong by being Ukola, I have to now become Malik Abdul or something. But now that actually now I become somebody else. I don't normally debate religion or discuss religion. I always avoid it. But now, what I'm saying is that I'm part of the last generation that went for military training in exile. When I left the country, I was very young, I was 15. On my 16th birthday, I was in the shooting range. I was already able to strip and assemble an AK-47. How many of you are older than 16 here? So now the point I'm trying to make is that we are our own liberators. We cannot wait for the Messiah that will come and liberate us as a people. So now the first, like I said when I started, what we need to do as a people, we need to first identify who we are as a people. And then once we know, interestingly, there was talk about Kiswahili. I was fortunate enough to learn Kiswahili. To go to a school, I was in Moshi at the College of African Wildlife Management. Yeah. I learned it at school. How many of you know what Nwele is? Inwele. Inwele in Swahili. Yes. I stayed in the camp for about 2 years. Yeah, but now when I went to it took me 9 months to learn Kiswahili. Yes. Kiswahili is made up of 163 African languages that include Nguni. Yes. He, Chaka. It's basically. I support that because now the only way that we can be a people, we have got to have things that unite us. I so wish that we could let, but now it's workshop like this that will actually, we should actually encourage more of these gatherings so that we can go out there, educate other people. We are so obsessed with our political, homes, now I'm PCs, Azapo is what we are, but before we can do that, we are first Africans. Izwe Lethu.